Today in this video, we will discuss about the demand for guaranteed minimum support prices by the farmers. Narendra Modi government, that is the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has announced about the repealing of three farm laws that were brought by an ordinance during the 2020 lockdown. However, even though they have been it has been announced that they have been repealed, however, there was a increased demand for a guaranteed minimum support prices. In this context, let us discuss about minimum support prices in brief, and there is another video which discuss in detail about how origin of minimum support prices and what are the crops that it covers. Okay, uh, please watch that. And in this video, we will discuss about the uh, guaranteed MSP issues and whether it is good or bad. So, government announces minimum support prices for 23 crops but procures only few crops. And even procurement varies across several states. That is, whatever the crops amount of produce that is being procured in Maharashtra will be different from Andhra Pradesh. Maharashtra government will procure more of onions or other millets, but Andhra might not procure that much amount of onions or and even if you consider onions are not part of MSP. So I just gave you an example. For example, Punjab procures huge amount of rice, but Andhra might not procure that much amount of rice, and even Telangana also. So the MSP for cotton would be different, and the procurement would be different in Maharashtra, but it will be different in case in Punjab. So in this way, the procurement varies, but announced for 23 crops. Who announces? Cabinet announces the MSP, but who recommends it? CACP, that is Commission for Agricultural Crops and Prices, recommends the MSP considering multiple factors, which we will discuss in the different video, and it provides those recommendations to the cabinet consisting of finance minister, agriculture minister, cabinet committee on economic affairs, and the cabinet announces. Okay, so now the farmers are demanding bringing a mandatory law would create huge. Okay, but bring a mandatory law, that is the government should procure produce at a minimum support price irrespective of the situations. What it will do is, whatever the price of a good or a service, it depends upon the factors of supply and demand in the market, which is a basic concept of economics. But if you provide minimum support prices, that is, farmers will be taken out from the strength and weakness of the market, and it will have unprecedented, unnecessary issues, especially negative issues, to the overall Indian economy. We will discuss about this how. Bringing a new mandatory law would create huge pressure on the government budgetary resources and on taxpayers' money. Okay? Because government will have to procure irrespective of its buffer stock. That is, if it already procures 10 billion tons like that, but as it is, if it is made mandatory, farmers will keep on producing, but and the government have to procure it irrespective of its buffer stocks. Where will it keep these buffer stocks? They will have to be they will be unwritten, they will be rotten, and they will be unutilized, and it will be a huge budgetary constraint on the government to procure, to maintain warehouses, and to procure and storage facilities. And where will the money government gets money from the taxpayers only. Another thing is, it will not solve the agrarian discourse. For example, what if a farmer have to earn more money? For example, if he earns 1 lakh this year, what if he has to earn 1 more lakh next year? Will the MSP solve the problem? No. The problem, because the solution lies outside the agriculture sector. there should be more opportunities for a farmer outside the agriculture, that is in other sectors, that is industries and services sector. Let us see the example what happened in USA in 1977-1981 during the government of Jimmy Carter. A guaranteed MSP for cheese was announced by Jimmy Carter in 1977. How with that the farmers have increased the production, so government also keep on procuring the cheese. But what happened by the year 1981, there was a lack of space to store the cheese, and in order to store, maintain, and safety precautions, it has and the government have to invest almost more than 2 billion US dollars, which was a burden on the taxpayers' money, which could have been utilized for more education and health sectors and more irrigation infrastructure. So it was a failed policy which was evident in the history. So similarly, India also we are already have a huge stocks of grain lying in the government godowns and private godowns hired by the government, but and the rice is being rotting there and lying unutilized. And WTO issues also, that is agricultural agreement on agriculture and peace clause, there was another topic which we'll discuss again in later, and it will create international pressure to India. Because of this, the farmers keep producing more, it will have an effect on the prices of the food grains on the international level if the government or even farmers start exporting the food grains. So more supply, there will be less demand. So prices will fall. It will have an adverse effect on the remuneration and the economic benefits of the farmers of other countries. And the main issue is the huge population dependent on the agriculture. For example, almost 55 crores. And for example, if there is a 1 acre of a land and there are five people depending on that, five agriculture, uh, five people are depending on it. If they make 1 lakh a year, they'll get only 20,000 per annum. If it is only just one person with a machinery which is costing almost 10,000, 20,000, it is a one-time investment. So he will make more money. So what? The another extra resources have to be diverted to industry and services sector. So that is technology and manufacturing sector. That is one of the reasons. So instead of bypassing the market, we should enable farmers to participate in the market by using the principles of demand and supply and a proper implementation of the agricultural reforms such as land consolidation, bringing out too many farmers and consolidating of the land, because there are too many small fragments of the land in India which is not contributed to any kind of economic utilization by the farmers, and ramp up investment in agriculture sector. For example, in better irrigation facilities, access to credit, timely access to power, and ramping up of warehouse capacity and post-harvest facilities like extension of the marketing services and facilities and internet services, and boosting industrial services sector. And these are the few topics which we can discuss. And if you want more, please comment. If you have any doubts, please comment. And there is another video which explains the origin of MSP and its uses and what are the crops covered in it. Thank you so much.